some sort of, whether it be creation room or like venting out room, some sort of a room that had what seemed to be some leftover enchanted sets of armor that had that either had risen in your proximity or already were risen and attacked you as you guys stepped in. Exploring around a little bit in here after dispatching of them, you guys found out that something was held in here and then had left, leaving some sort of remain of some sort of gem that Drake had picked up. While you guys were examining more space around here, Elena darted up the stairs and found herself in a sort of like greenery room, some sort of plant house. At which point, she was momentarily stopped by fairies, pixies, some small fae that she had a conversation with, and learned a little bit more about what was being kept where. One of which being the location, roughly, of the satyr child that you guys had previously come here with, that had been taken from you.
Yes.
And this house led outwards to this massive metal hedge maze, maybe? It doesn't look like it's a maze, but then again, it's massive, so...
It's a hedge fund.
It's a maze in a loose sense of the word, as far as you can tell from here. From this, like, almost above it kind of view, only by a handful of feet.
It's a titanic labyrinthian area.
But, as Elena was having this conversation, some of the fairies were sent down to go retrieve the others who were already on their way up. They were hurried on up the stairs, brought around to this massive green room that now all of you are finally back together in this space. Fey plants of all types on all sides, most of them in some sort of like half dead or preserved in ice situation. You're not entirely sure without looking closer. But currently you guys are in this almost dreary greenhouse.
Are we going to finish looking through the dungeon, or are we going into the maze?
I believe the plan was to finish investigating.
I'm asking in character.
I said that in character.
The plan that everyone totally made in character.
If you all wish to go back and finish searching the lower floors, I wish to stay here with them, and I gestured to the group of fairies that I encountered.
A couple of them kind of wave.
We don't have too much time, so if you're going to go back down there and finish what we might think is down there, then we should do it now. Let's not waste time.
All in favor for digging through the ruins of a jail? Say aye.
Sure.
Okay, that's two. Well, technically three, myself included.
I mean, I don't mind.
Elfie?
I'm fine with that.
Back into the dungeon.
EDL does elect to stay up with Elena. That is the rogue that is with you.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yes, I did forget their name.
Yeah,
Hey, it's you.
He elects to stay up, saying, "I just got out of there. I'd rather not go back."
Computer, Oh, my computer went to sleep.
But so the rest of you, that is Kunbrin.
Yeah.
You're going back into the dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Mitch is going back into the dungeon. We
Dang it,
have.
Gizmo.
I have too many names in my head. We have Elfin going back into the dungeon. Elena is not going into the dungeon. Drake is going into the dungeon.
Yep.
And Grinhelm is staying in the dungeon
He's staying in the dungeon?
forever.
He never
Okay.
left.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Damn, young prince.
Damn, you ballin'.
So, you guys come back to this almost like introductory antechamber of sorts.
Mhm.
For reference, if you guys want to zoom out real quick,
I'm zoomed all the way out. Everything is
This-
pitch black for me.
this room over here, you have,
Okay.
or this is the furthest you've been in this space down here.
Yep.
There's this massive hallway up here that
Yes,
Mitch has been in.
an area that my character hasn't been in a while, so I don't see it.
You're fine. That's why I'm pinging in a couple
Yeah.
directions. And then there is a door here and a door here that Mitch knows about, along with the massive door that has the wolf up here.
Okay.
So, where do you guys like to go? You guys may obviously move your tokens. If anyone
As a
wants to start
group,
spamming doors, you guys will no longer be allowed to move your shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, the white Abishai would have fucked off by now.
nah, he's still here. He's my
Yeah,
new
it was
manslave.
Back this way, I believe. Oh, okay. So we had up and down to investigate. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys had essentially where Grindhelm is now in this direction.
Jameson, thank you. You being
And
on me made
then-
it so I couldn't move my character.
And then you guys had the hallway that starts over here, back near the cells that you were at.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this
Pac-Man,
to refill.
So which one do we want to investigate first?
Cuckoo.
Yes.
There are mephits on the other side of this door, and then a giant wolf. The giant wolf is the enemy. The mephits, they're just doing their job. They like food.
I'm not carrying any food.
Rations.
I will repeat. I am not carrying any food.
I might
Stand in
have
the back.
rations.
What?
Okay.
I thought I had rations, but they're not on my sheet.
I did not hear you. Please repeat.
Who? Repeat who?
Mitch.
Oh.
Never mind, I
He
lied.
points
I
at you.
have- Do I have rations?
He pokes you in the chest and points to behind Grindhelm.
I stay.
I do have
Hmm.
rations. If you would like, I can hand you some.
He wants you in the back, dingus.
I stay. I'm fine here.
Fine. 1 sec.
Drake, stop doing laps.
Sorry, I was filling out everything for me, so I didn't have half-filled fucking...
No, you're fine. I understand
No,
that. I
thanks.
just saw you go from the door into the room, back to the door, back into the room, back to the door.
You know, I kept bumping into the actual fucking doors because they're fucking solid when they're open.
Yes. Okay. Carry on.
Mitch is going to creak the door open gently.
Mhm.
And try and make eye contact with one of the mephits on the other side.
I'll say go ahead and make a stealth check for trying to creak the door open. No disadvantage for your armor, just because it's the movement of the door, not your armor.
Can I give Mitch advantage?
Well, I mean, here I was on the fence, but a 16 is good enough as is. Okay. Oh, -2, 14 is still good because you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go ahead and you creak the door open, It's almost stuck for a moment, and you kind of like push through, and you hear the light chipping of accumulated frost that seems to have set itself at the base of the door. But you managed to peek it open a little bit, which for the purposes of this, you have it creaked down so you can see down this way, and you do see that there are two mephits down. I'll stick it there just so you can see.
Okay.
You do see that there's two mephits down here. Each of them seems to be staring at some of the lights on the wall, almost like they're sunbathing, but it's in the glow of the lights.
I'm going to put my hand out behind me, and like shaking my fingers and like the implication. Give me a ration.
I
I
hand
will
him a
fill
ration. Oh.
You are handed 2 chunks of ration.
That's fine. And I go very gently. I go.
Oh, all right. You go ahead and
And
do that.
I'm holding the rations up in my hand, showing them through the crack.
Gotcha. You go ahead and you get some attention, and let's see. All right. This one kind of like startles for a moment, and then flies its way over carefully before realizing it's you, and then almost like clings into the wall and approaches you through the crack in the door. Its massive ice nose almost poking entirely through. Yes.
And then I point over in the direction towards the wolf, and I make the gesture big, and then sleeping with a thumbs up, thumbs down.
You see, he kind of looks past the door, and then looks at it for a moment, and you see like this is an entirely ice creature, but you see these light, almost like sky blue glows where the eyeballs would be.
Mm-hmm.
And you see kind of like the approximation of eyes grow wide before it looks to you. Yeah. And it relaxes.
I give it a ration.
Immediately down its throat.
I point to it and I do 1, 2, 3. And I do like a group up thing where I spin my fingers in the middle of the hand, and then I point towards the back wall. And then like do a shoe with my hand. I'm trying to tell them to group up and go to the back of the wall. Down towards this way.
Kind of looks around, and it begins to it begins to speak in this. Let me make sure I'm using the right language here. Yeah. It begins to speak in this very breathy language that is like a lot of very, very breathy. And the method down here like zooms. This one kind of clings to the wall back here. And this one like claws its way across and just hunkers down around this blue light right here. Which its ice body still refracts the light, so it's not like it's turning it off or anything.
Yeah. I'm going to look back to the rest of the group. Don't attack the mephits.
I give a thumbs up.
Oh, what now?
Mephits. The little ice goblin looking things with wings and
Ah, okay.
the one I was feeding. Don't attack things that look like that. There's a
Okay.
big wolf just up that way. I don't think it's going to be as friendly as these guys.
Understood.
It should be
Possibilities.
sleeping right now, so try and be quiet. And I'm going to open the door the rest of the way.
Alright, you go ahead and you open it up the rest of the way.
I'm going to step out.
You step out, and Drake, for the first time in this situation, hearing about the wolf, you're like, okay, it's probably a pretty big wolf. This is a big wolf, and you see it is actively like cascading this frost off of it.
It's the
And
same size as the dire wolf we had for like that week.
For a moment, you think that it's like the body heat that's creating frost, but no, you realize that this is like it is colder than the surrounding air, and it's creating frost, not melting anything with body heat.
It's the doors all over again.
All right. He's gonna make his way through.
I will move a step over to have room for people. I see that Elfin is still just the fucking sun.
Yeah, Elfin is bright as fuck. Okay. Give me one moment.
So these are the methods, right? These things?
Yep.
Alright. And this is not a method. I'm assuming that's the wolf?
Mhm.
Alright. Cool. Ah!
Damn, how could you do this, Jameson? I
Get my
can't
bat.
believe you done this.
Okay.
Oh no. I don't like those back-to-back question marks in our...
I mean, if it helps, my passive stealth is a 15.
You guys are good. Keep going.
Just
I'm
on the
going
off
to
chance.
move up towards the wolf.
All right. All of you who are entering the hallway now also see the massive white wolf that is to the north of you guys. And Mitch slowly creeps towards it.
I would like to check to see if this door is either enchanted again, like if I put my hand near it, do I get cold?
It doesn't look like it.
And touching the handle or lever or whatever it has, is it locked with the slowest and as quietest as I can make turns?
It does not look like it's locked.
Okay. I will wait to see what Mitch is doing before I open the door as he is moving towards the wolf.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I go ahead and I take out Dust Crusher,
Okay.
and I ready my shield as I slowly walk up the stairs, making
Alright.
it very clear to them my intention.
Okay.
We're putting Old Yeller down.
You're attempting to sneak up on this?
Uh-huh.
All right. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. This time it's properly at disadvantage because your armor. And then -2 because of your exhaustion, but 9. Okay. So that exhaustion actually matters. Okay. So you go ahead and you begin making your way up the stairs. And you do manage, like, in the movement between this spot and this spot, as you're preparing to like bring it up and smash down, it kind of disturbs for a moment as you see, like, it shuffles in its spot, and then suddenly one of its piercing blue eyes snaps open as it doesn't lunge up immediately, but you see one of its paws comes back up in a preparation to like push itself up, and it eyes you like it is locked on.
I'm going to maintain eye contact. If it's going to stay down, I'm not going to drop the hammer.
You're able to hear it almost sounds more like a rumble than anything, but you soon realize it's got a very low growl that it's currently giving off, almost like it's warning you. It is just very slowly, like its paws are getting ready. It's not making it's doing its best not to make any sudden movements.
I'm going to
it's
bring the hammer
very
from the ready
slow.
position of a swing from above my head down to my side, but I'm keeping my shield in front of me.
At this point, it has its two front paws like set on the ground, but it's kind of like still like half on its side, so its legs are still out to the side. And as you lower your arm, it stops moving. Looks like it's still ready, but it stopped moving.
What is everyone else doing?
Yeah, what are the rest of you doing? Grindhelm leans to Elfane, who's right there.
I'm gonna go ahead and push this door open then.
Okay. You go ahead and you push open the door. The first thing you feel is a sort of
I see. I'm hit with a power word kill.
yes, no. It is a cold feeling internally. You've gotten used to the cold atmosphere, and you're kind of warmish in general, but like internally, like your bones are cold. As you open up that door.
This is a room of nope.
And it does reveal into what looks to be some sort of chamber that opens up further to the left.
Do I see this door right here? If it'll ping for me.
Yeah, as you open this door, you do see that one. Like you do see that that one exists.
I'm trying to line of sight this. So I know the light touches over here. I'm assuming I can't see that door though.
You're able to see just the tiniest bit of it. As you're scanning and looking, you see that there is a door over there.
Alright. What does Elfane and Kunbrin wish to do?
I am watching and waiting to see what happens.
So, Elfin, you looking around, as you see Drake opens up the door,
Yeah.
you hear some, it almost sounds like ice wind chimes as you look to the south, and immediately all three of the mephits just burrow into the wall.
Oh.
I see. They just fucked off.
Cool. Cool.
Like they were there hanging out, kind of like watching a bit. And as soon as Drake opened the door, like, woof, gone into the stone.
Did it seem like they were afraid?
You can give me an insight check.
Alrighty.
No,
Insight.
I can't. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, at the -2 though, right?
Yeah, but that's still 22. They were afraid.
Alright. Drake, be careful.
As I said, this is a room of nope. Is it just me, or does Kunbrin seem to be frozen in place as though his soul has left his body?
I was like, isn't that typical Kunbrin?
Yes.
Kind of is.
I am going
Fuck
to
you, I just
poke
got back.
my head for the... Okay, what would Kunbrin like to do?
Nothing.
Okay,
He's
I'm
just
going
sitting.
to poke my head further into the room here. I'm going to take exactly... Oh, why can I... Oh, you paused it, so I can't. To the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
I want to be
Moment-
hugging this while it fucking glitched over.
Still, the
apologize.
moment
Yeah.
the moment you get there, because you do still see it, sitting in an approximation of stone stone and ice that makes up this pseudo throne.
Mhm.
There is. It looks to be a humanoid, a giant, definitively a giant,
Mhm.
with cold blue skin, wrapped in all sorts of hides and leathers and straps.
Mhm.
and has all of these, like, animal bones and hides. Some of them you're not even sure if they're dead yet. But
I'm just picturing a regular-sized coyote trying to bite at its leg, doing absolutely nothing.
You do see that it's as you're taking it all in, you realize this massive tuft of fur that is like fur and hides that is around its head, you realize is actually multiple heads that are all kind of like growing out of each other. And you hear just slight whispers as the singular head on top in front is just staring in your direction.
Nope, it's paused.
Drake immediately turns around and goes down the hallway.
There is a look of nope on the face.
Oh!
You go in wondering what the hell he just saw, and then you see it. And as you stop, and for the one beat that you do like stop to look at it before your body like automatically responds, you look at it, and the moment it locks eyes with you, you hear it speak. That's two.
I turned to Grenhelm. No. I'm leaving.
He turns to Elfane. What?
I think we should leave it alone. And I do this. 5, 10, close.
Yeah, like I said, it's a room of nope.
Huddle time.
Anyways.
What are we doing?
There's another door in this hallway, I think.
Yes, down here.
Yeah.
Why about we stop opening doors?
Alright,
That's the fun part.
going back to Mitch, what are you doing?
I'm just having
Heart to
a
heart.
staring contest, I guess, with this wolf. We're feeling each other out and just silence.
I'll say give me either, your choice. It can be an intimidation or an animal handling.
Can I see what he's trying to do to me first? Or can
Right
I
now,
gauge if he's trying to do the
this is-
same thing?
This is more of a thing on like if you're able to influence it a certain way, like your presence kind of like staring it down. This is more of a subtle, like if it's going to relax in your presence. You're confident that unless you attack, it's not going to attack. So failure is not going to end in something fighting you. This is just a regular influence. You're staring at this, it's staring at you. Okay. So it is still ready and prepped. You get the notion that like it saw you approaching ready to smack it and then back down a little bit. So it's kind of like puffing its chest at you, like almost daring you, but also kind of warning you. You don't get the feeling that it's going to strike first.
With the second piece of ration that I had in my hand, I'm going to just toss it on the ground next to it.
It pays it no mind. Like you see its ear kind of like twitch at the sound of it hitting the ground, but it's still locked eyes with you.
Alright, well, I'm just going to hold it here and eye contact. Does it pay attention to anything that the others are doing? Or is it just on me?
Give me an insight check. you're able to get the feeling that it doesn't see whatever they're doing as a problem. With that being a 20, actually, and you being used to some sort of pets, whether they be like battle pets or like war mounts, this thing is trusting something. This thing's trusting that something else will deal with them if they become a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure what, but this thing has trust similar to a mount trusts its rider.
I'm going to, while keeping my eyes on it, I'm going to turn my heads towards back here, the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have my eyes look at it, and then I'm going to look back at the wolf.
So you're looking back at the door or at the group?
At the door.
When your eyes look to the door, then back to it, you see that the wolf's ears kind of go down just a little bit, and the growl comes back before subsiding.
I'm going to put my arms out. My shield is still going to be on my arm, but I'm going to show that on the other side my hand is open. I put the hammer back in its loop, and I open the hand there. And then I look back at the door again, and then back at the wolf.
It like goes to more of a sit, where like it does break eye contact with you a little bit, but it does turn more into like an actual sitting position, as opposed to like this half lounge, half ready. Like it is like a sitting dog.
Got you.
And it's looking at you. It doesn't seem as narrow, razor focused, but it's still watching you.
Well, I'm just gonna chillax with the wolf then. We're in chill mode. I know his intentions. He knows my intentions. We're chilling.
Mm-hmm. All right, back to the rest of you.
5, 10. Is this one have the fucking funny ice trap on it?
Doesn't look like it.
Is this one locked?
Yep.
Kunbrin.
Huh?
Can I borrow your fingers?
No. Last time you stuck them somewhere, I didn't want them.
I meant for you to unlock the door.
Oh. Click, 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 click.
Go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools check.
Thieves' Tools. No. Fuck. 1. I
Oh.
rolled a 1. Ugh.
Okay.
God, can I just get like, reliable talent already?
Okay, you go ahead and you begin to kind of like fiddle with the lock a bit, and you're like, okay, tumbler, and then
Ice.
like it gets stuck, like something. You're like, okay, there should be at least one more tumbler right here, and then you kind of like peer in and look with like your elvish perception, and you're able to see that
Your
like
elvish eyes see.
at the very back of this is a super thin layer of ice that's making it so your tool, at whatever angle you're trying, just can't get into the last tumbler.
Tried my best.
Alright, take your tools out.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
I'm gonna lockpick it. Fuck. I'm trying to stand her in front of the door. I can't set her in front of the door.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't center it.
Open sesame.
Open sesame.
What type of handle mechanism is it?
So it is a like latch handle. So it's got the center point, and it's got an extension on it that you would like lever in a circle.
Yep. Do you have a dagger you don't care about, Kunbrin?
No.
Shit. Okay. And I'm just going to hit where the lock is and try to just break the lock.
Okay.
Why
Go
not?
ahead and I'll say go ahead and give me a strength check.
Drunk. Oop.
Remember at -2.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it because it has a plus at bonus. I'm assuming that's the
Yeah, that's your
something or other.
That's your regular strength modifier. That's what at
Then
mod is.
what the fuck is the second +4 in there then?
The second +4.
I have +4 from initiative, +4, +1, +1, plus bonus.
Fucking what?
Here, I'll just roll it so you can see.
So 1d20 +4 plus at bonus. What the fuck? Okay, so that'll be strength. That's a strength save, Tyler.
I clicked check though.
Did you click on
Okay.
the strength at the top, or did you click the strength
clicked
save on
on
the
the-
right?
I clicked the strength at the top because I have the fancy sheet with the funny background.
Yeah, I see it. They are in two completely different spots.
I clicked this one. The strength over in this area. Oh, I'm
yeah, I
fucking
can't
retarded.
fucking see that.
I'm fucking retarded. Here you go.
There you go. Jesus.
Did better when the fucking check.
Okay. So you go ahead and you smash down, and the handle is completely removed from the door.
Is it still open?
You go ahead and you try to
I'm holding
push the
where
door.
the handle was, and I'm just.
Well, there's nothing to hold.
Oh, I thought
You
I put
busted
a
the
hole
handle
through
off.
it. So I was hitting over the lock, like palm of the hand to the lock, to try and cause the lock itself to fall off, so to speak.
The lock is built into the handle.
Okay, fair enough. It doesn't open upon repeated tries.
You try and push and pull, and there is nothing that occurs with it. And like with knowing how latch handles work, twisting the handle physically moves a latch that is on the inside of the door. So you can give me a dexterity check real quick to see if you can finagle your fingers in and manually move the latch. Yes, you do. You go ahead, and you're able to unlatch it and open the door.
I'm gonna poke my head in here. Any weird feelings about in here?
You look around,
Oh, hey, a corpse.
and you see that there looks to be an altar of sorts. Right now it's barren, but it looks like it's got 6 different sockets in it that can hold different spherical or at least round-based items.
I'm going to pick up that gem that was in my pocket and look at it. Does it look like it would match one of those holes?
Maybe if it was a whole gem, but again, this one looks like a fragment of something.
Okay.
But you do see in the corners
Damn, this soda can-sized fragment.
are statues that look like they're kneeling in prayer and almost like opening and holding their hands open for something.
I'm going to walk over to this one, and I'm going to place the gem fragment in its palm.
All right. You go ahead and you place the gem fragment in its palm. Nothing happens.
All right, I'm going to pick the gem fragment up and go to the next one and do it.
As you turn,
Uh-oh.
hold on, I need to make sure that this is moving the way that I want it to.
Are these weeping angels?
Hold on. Damn it,
Don't you
doesn't let
dare
me.
peanut me.
Here, I have to pull it up a different way. I was gonna try and do it some other way, but I guess it's not gonna be cool.
Can't believe I'm being peanutted.
Mm-hmm. Right, so hold on. Where is it? Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. One of the statues has moved. Kunbrin. You watching the door as Drake went in, he kind of moved around a little bit. And then you see, as soon as it enters your line of sight right here, it stops. Looks like it's a statue that's kneeled down in prayer.
I watch it.
Okay. You watch it. Give me a constitution check.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Check. Fuck.
You go ahead and you watch it a bit. The cold really starts to sting your eyes. Drake, you moved over to go to the other one, and then you noticed this one. So you're right there right now. And you see that Kunbrin has entered the room and is staring as hard as he can at this.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna grab Kunbrin and pull
I
him back
swear to
out
God,
and
if you were gonna
slam the
leave
door
me.
shut.
You go ahead and you grab him,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to pull him out of the room.
Yep.
Okay. Go and you pull him out of the room. Kunbrin's still staring. As you get out of the
I'm pulling
room,
out, I'm pulling the door shut too.
well, you have to push the door shut. As you go ahead and you go to push the door shut, there's a moment where it's almost shut. Kunbrin, you blink your eyes, and it's right on the other side of the door before it shuts.
Oh my goodness.
Drake.
That's
Drake.
another note.
No, Drake.
Yes.
You
Yes.
did not listen to me. I said we should stop opening doors.
Well, there's another door in that room. You want me to go in there and open it?
Oh, I'm going back up. I
Great.
look at Grinhelm.
Yep.
Hold on one moment.
You fool.
I'm gonna go back to yep.
So, as Kunbrin scurries up the stairs, you're left for a moment, and you hear quiet weeping on the other side of the door.
Elfin, can you cast Fireball perchance?
No.
How about Wall of Fire?
I don't think I have any of those spells. Why fire?
I feel that the inside of that room needs to be fucking incinerated.
Oh, wow, it got dark fast. Holy shit.
It did.
We're back.
Some
I
moving
do
statues
not
or some shit.
I don't really have anything that's radiant damage.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Um,
While you guys are around here,
I have
Elena,
water.
I want to give you the opportunity if there's anything that you want to do. I know you're kind of hanging out with the fairies and everything. I want to know if there's anything that you want to do.
Yes, there was.
Okay, this would be your opportunity then. Thank you for your patience.
Okay.
what do you
So
That's wrong without us.
they told me last time we were talking that they could not leave this realm due to a curse or something, if I remember correctly.
So what they told you was that they were bound in some way to Lady Sevatharatna.
I want to try to make a deal with them.
Okay. How do you present this deal?
So, I'm sitting on the ground at this point with them. And I go, so I understand that you all can't leave here.
That's correct. Yes, right. Yeah, that's right.
If you are okay with it, I would like to try to free at least one of you.
They all look at each other and then back to you. What do you mean?
I have a spell that I can try, and it might work and free one of you from your captivity. In exchange, I'd like that one to come with me and try to find a way to free the rest of you.
They all almost look questioning and fearful. And they begin to talk amongst themselves. Do you speak Sylvan?
I do.
Okay. So then yeah, you understand that they're not exactly being quiet about it, but they do kind of move just a little bit away to have that like buffer of space. And you hear phrases like, "What if it'll kill us?" No. She's good. She should be nice. She's been nice. Okay, but what if Seventh Rodman finds us again? No, she won't. We'll be free. But she found us once. And it's just like a big back and forth between some of them being open to the idea, the other ones being fearful of being found again. Some of them seem against it, some of them seem for it. It's very much like a grounded, fearful what if. I'll say give me a persuasion check.
Would someone be able to do it for me? I'm sitting on the bed with Puppy, and I don't want to get up to go to the laptop.
Wow. Put a laptop on the puppy.
Mike doesn't want the laptop where the puppy can get it, understandably.
Turn the puppy into a laptop.
No,
What the heck?
that's less puppy.
Transfiguration!
No, if you turn the puppy into the laptop, then we have Rex in Fallout New Vegas.
No.
You ever seen those Robo Dogs?
No.
I will go ahead and roll your persuasion. You have 1 level of exhaustion, so I got -2.
Yep.
You rolled an 8.
Sick.
So it does take some time for them to kind of like discuss.
Interesting.
One of them does come forward, and it seems like it was the one that you were primarily talking with first. It's like when you first came up here and the bulk of your discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't mind it if we figure out something that can guarantee safety. Because right now, there's not a lot of that. We need something to sweeten the pot.
So, I have this place that only I can get to, or at least I can help others get to. It's not where everyone can get to. You'll be safe there. It's a beautiful, serene place. It's got plenty of food and water and shelter. And I plan on rescuing others like you and having them rest there while they get better.
Where is it?
That's the thing. It's in its own plane. To my understanding. Yes.
Bless you.
To your understanding, what are you referencing? Just to make sure that you're understanding it
I'm
right.
referencing Bastion. I don't know where they are.
Oh, your bastion is going to be in Dalago Delay.
Ah.
Unless you want it to be somewhere else, but a bastion's typically a building. But like if you, because we haven't gotten around to designing your bastion yet, you can make it like an open thing if you wanted it to be. It just can't be in another plane at least until level... Is that... I think level 13 you actually can unlock demiplane.
I'm getting some stern looks from the peanut gallery over there.
I
don't think
getting
he's a
some
fae.
damn fae into my house.
Yeah, I don't think he wants a fae in his house.
Well, hey, it's not his bastion to determine.
It's not 5, it's just 1.
What is it not much?
It's just 1. Can he help?
Elena, what are you doing?
So I explained to him, it's in the, I believe it's called the overworld? The other plane, the normal plane of existence?
Ooh, yes,
Material
yes,
world.
yes. Material plane, overplane. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
In a nice town called Dalago Delay.
Ooh. You hear off in the distance from the cluster of them. You hear, ooh, sounds nice, sounds nice. Sounds scary, sounds nice.
They're very, very friendly people there. Most of us run and live in the town. So my friends that you guys went and get, they live there too. And we'll all make sure that you're safe.
Okay. But remember, this is a deal with a fae.
Of course.
Break it and your eyeballs will start bleeding.
I understand.
Okay. Kind of sticks out its hand.
I stick out my finger.
It uses both hands to kind of like grab onto like your whole hand, which even then it's grabbing onto like your finger and like part of your knuckle.
And as I do that, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I say, as we touch, I cast Greater Restoration.
Okay, you go ahead and you channel Greater Restoration. At the same time, it almost meets, overlaps, and passes with this energy. Your Greater Restoration goes through, and you see this almost like disheveled ice fairy begin to almost, for lack of a better term, blossom out. It looks less ragged. Its ice hair, still ice, almost fills itself out and cascades down its back into these ice crystals that lap over each other, kind of like scales. And its like lack of dress and features becomes more defined in this vaguely more humanoid shape with this like pseudo dress that just comes out of its waist, almost looking like an ice Tinkerbell, but more polygons. And at the same time, as you release your energy, it releases its, or rather, it's not actually releasing any energy. The energy overlaps, and this deal with the Fae has been struck, and you feel as if you have, like, it almost feels like your forearm's bone has turned into ice for a moment, as the energy sits in. As you have now created this deal with a Fae. And that's just the lingering presence of the deal.
Yep.
Kind of blossoms out. Looks around, looks down, looks at the others. The others are in amazement. And there's like this hitched breath where almost all of them are like waiting for her to drop dead or something. But nothing happens. And then they all get excited, and it's just a flurry and buzz, almost like a swarm of mosquitoes, just all around. Kind of like touching, looking, talking, laughing, chittering. It is a mess of Fae.
You done did it. You went and gave the Fae hope.
Is what I do.
Now when that one who you made the deal with dies before you can get everyone onto the material plane, your eyes will, bleed and fall out.
What am I gonna
It's
do?
inevitable.
Yeah, you are confident of one thing. They are excited.
Oh yeah.
They seem very positive about this. But yeah. The one that you released from the curse slides back to you and kind of like positions herself somewhere in your clothes, whether it be a hood or a fold or a pocket. Just kind of like situates itself to be your little pocket fairy.
Gotcha. And I will go back to pretty much sitting and waiting for the others to get back.
All right.
Quick question though.
Yeah.
About how much time would you say will pass between them leaving and coming back?
So right now they've been gone for probably about 5 minutes.
Okay. I say if it's long enough, I want to try to do like a short rest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll say that this entire time you can be doing a short rest. If they're gone for an hour, then you'll have completed a short rest.
Okay.
All right.
No more exhaustion for me.
Okay. Wait. You need a long rest to get rid of exhaustion.
Well, because my long rest is a normal short rest. Sorry, that's what I was referring to. The 4 hours.
Yeah, a short rest is 1 hour.
Is 1 hour.
Your
That's-
long rest can be 4
I
hours.
am an elf,
Yeah, you're an elf.
so my long rest is their short rest. That was the math I was doing in my brain.
That is not correct, though.
But
A short rest is 1 hour. A normal long rest is 8 hours. An elven long rest is 4 hours.
yeah, but isn't a human short rest 4 hours as well?
No. Everyone's short rest is 1 hour.
I did not know this information.
Well, now you do.
No,
And knowing's half the battle.
Fantastic.
But yes, you can still attempt to have a short rest, because that'll still bring you back some things.
Yeah.
Like a short rest will bring back your wild shape. Or it'll give you 1 wild shape.
Ooh.
And it'll actually bring back your flash recall to switch out a spell.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Back up with the rest of the group. You guys are in this hallway.
I'm now catching up with the rest of the group from hearing the sobbing.
Yeah.
I have found 2 nopes that have more doors through them, Mitch.
Mitch is very intent on this dog.
I'm gonna wave my hand in front of Mitch's face until he responds.
No, me and the dog are chilling. I apologize. I didn't hear what you said.
I have found 2 rooms that both contain a thing that made me say nope. Well, in the latter room's case, 3 things that made me say nope.
So, what were in the rooms?
So the first room, the one closest to us, has a giant with many heads.
As you say that, the wolf goes, "Hoof."
Oh, who's your good puppy?
It growls at you immediately.
I look at the wolf and I just put 2 hands up for it to settle.
It settles down a bit more, but it's definitely it definitely didn't like the comment.
And the second room had moving statues that only moved when you did not look at them, apparently. They looked like they were praying, and then they were crying when I shut the door.
Right.
Both
Anyone
rooms
get
had
hurt?
No. I mean, Kunbrin was face to face with one, but I pulled him away. He doesn't seem hurt.
It pulled him away?
I pulled him away.
Oh, you pulled him away. Okay. He rubs his forehead. Well, predict a pickle.
And both rooms have more doors to go through.
Yeah, I assume so.
Would you want to try, or double back and check what Elfane found earlier?
What did she find earlier?
She mentioned something about a door that had other things behind it.
The door where the stone dwarf went through, there was I could hear in the distance something massive.
Something massive? Like massive as in like it was moving, or was it like a mechanical massive?
Justin, can you help me remember what I heard?
The massive that you heard down south?
Yes.
It was... It sounded like something burrowing, as best as you could tell. Something was moving in the walls.
Yeah, it sounded like something was moving in the walls.
Alright, well, that's probably the bigger version of the thing we fought in the hallway.
Yeah.
That giant centipede.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably don't want to fuck with that. Anyway, behind Pooch here, since we can't exchange names, I look at the wolf. Behind him is a room that he does not want us to go in. He's currently seeming to be chill that we're doing anything on this side, but if we go in, he might not be chill anymore. Can you understand what I'm saying? I look at it. So you can understand common.
Hold on, let me double check something. Because
It's a smart creature.
Well, that's the thing. It might do more than just understand.
Oh, jeez. Gotta wait. Go see Mama's. I'm talking to a bigger dog right now.
It nods at you before it kind of like takes a deep inhale. I do more than understand.
Oh.
You could have
Mitch.
opened with the talking.
Mitch, would we classify this also as a nope?
I'm not gonna give you an answer. Anyway, you got a name so I don't keep calling you Pooch?
It's not really a name. It's just wolf and giant, which I also speak.
So just call you Giant Wolf.
You can call me Giant Wolf, you can call me Wolf. You can call me whatever.
But you growled at him for calling you a puppy.
That's different. And you damn well know it.
Right. Well, Pooch. Behind that door is what?
This here's the exit.
The exit leading to the main chamber with the mistress of the castle.
Leads out the other side of the hill.
Okay. Are you just like a prison guard, or are you just keeping the door a breeze?
I'm entrusted to keep the door and to not let anyone through it.
Okay. Do you know what's crawling in the walls?
I do.
What's crawling in the walls?
You can always go find out.
But I'm asking you. Is this
It's
your
a
way
last-
of wanting incentive? Because I can give you a treat.
It's a massive salamander.
Oh,
Mitch.
Greg, add to the list of nopes in the wall. Salamander.
Understood.
As far as I know about it, it's a massive burrowing salamander that has... I think last I saw it, it had about 8 legs.
That sounds like a basilisk.
I know a basilisk. That ain't no basilisk. Similar, but not quite. Massive, bigger than me.
I would assume so. There's a few things bigger than you.
As big as what I'm assuming is your master in there?
Roughly.
Is it
Salamander's smart.
Is
the
it one
keeper of the books.
Oh.
So the three-headed giant in that room over there, what is that? Who is that?
That's Warden Virsk.
Warden Virsk.
Yes. That is the Frost Warden.
Is he someone you can talk to on a humane level?
Well, you can definitely try talking to him. Having about 8 heads kind of makes it a bit difficult for him to decide on anything.
He has 8 heads.
Technically she, but also he. Lots of
She.
different heads.
It has 8
They.
heads.
They.
Yeah.
They.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kunbrin.
I shrug at the wolf.
They are different.
We're facing possible
Personalities
death
in
and you're
mind.
worried about pronouns.
Yes. So I know what to call them.
Okay.
They are
Fair
all
enough.
each different personalities.
Hold up, I'm going to pause this conversation with you two right now. The fuck do you mean what you care to call them? You've never cared about calling anything before.
I like calling you a fuck.
And you're a bitch. What's the difference?
Fair,
Alright,
none.
alright. Picking any shit later. The statues that cry and pray and move when you're not looking.
Aye.
What's going on with that?
They were here when we got here. We don't touch the room.
Understood. Well, if you don't touch it, we're not going to touch it. Don't want to talk to the warden? You have a wonderful day, Pooch.
You have a good day too.
And, I'm not going to pick up that ration. You can have that.
I think I'll leave it there. As you see the paw not so subtly goes over and bats it behind it.
Well, then I turn to the others. Let's get back to the elf.
Hold on, I have one last question.
Okay.
Does the warden like shiny things?
The warden likes killing things, maiming things, ripping them apart, using them as decoration. The warden likes a good fight. He kind of like leans down towards you. You look like you like a good fight.
You're right. I normally do, but I'm a little tired right now.
Don't you think that makes it an even playing field then?
How would me
Stop.
being tired make it an even playing?
He's trying to get you to fight the guy. Or it, the they.
Well, if you tell him my secrets, then it ain't fun no more.
You're right. Well, your entertainment is with him sleeping, standing in front of a door, and barking at methods. I don't think you enticing us into our own deaths is going to be very entertaining for both parties. We're going to go upstairs into a garden and fight something that's whatever is in there. So your thoughts and your imagination will keep you entertained for whatever. If we come back, then you know we lived. If we don't, well, we probably got out.
We'll go into the Garden of Blades.
Sure, why not?
Good fucking luck. And he
had
sits and he lays.
See you later, Pooch.
Can
See
I
you later,
pet you?
man thing.
Man flesh.
Man thing, trade me the flower.
Large dog, can I pet you?
Only if
When
you
I-
don't want your hand anymore.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Kind of nods you towards the door.
Back to the elf.
Kunbrin,
Yeah?
you see, as everyone's leaving, and you're the last one to leave the room, you turn back, and Grindhelm seems to be looking towards the door, and for a moment, like, your instinct is that, like, he wants to go fight it, but you see almost like some sort of, you can't tell if it's like recognition or sorrow or something. There's just something that's like making him look at the door before he turns and begins to follow.
You good there?
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Wait a minute. What's up?
What?
I have never seen you look like that in my entire time of knowing you.
It's fine.
That's what I say. You shut the fuck up,
Give me a persuasion check.
bitch. Eh.
Did he have advantage because they're alone?
No.
No, dwarves thrive in 20.
And Kunbrin's the only one without that -2.
Yes.
Yep. He looks back at the door, he looks to you. Alright. That door, this whole setup, that leads to it leads to the main space of whoever would have been in charge of this place before all of this. And I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I leave it there.
What?
This whole place was dwarven built. There's someone's heritage might be locked up in there. Or I could just be talking out my ass.
Do you think it'd be worth it?
If it's past the warden, not... You can tell he goes to answer not a chance in hell, but like something's preventing him from finishing that.
Then, do you want to go talk to the others? They'll listen
No,
to you more
it's-
likely than me.
It's not worth the hassle. If we can, we'll come back here. Just
But what if we can't?
don't. That's what I don't want to think about. I thrive on looking ahead, and I think that I can come back here, one way or another.
Hey, you said you think ahead, therefore there's no coming back. Because this place isn't ahead. It's gonna be behind us.
Greg's dad joke sense goes off and he just yells from down the hall. Yes, it's a castle, it's not a head!
I don't... He looks back at the door again. Alright, give me a minute.
Okay? Wait. Good help.
You hear something slide open.
Good help. Good help.
You see, as you're approaching, and with your perception, you're able to hear him mutter something in Dwarvish. Do you know Dwarvish?
I speak Dwarvish, yes.
Okay. You hear him mutter... you hear him mutter the phrase, "The Stone Mother watches thee, the Stone Mother watches me." And you're able to see that at this point, as you're kind of like peeking in, all three of the statues looked like they were poised to strike at the door, and then you blink and they're just standing straight, stock still,
Okay.
like arms at the sides.
You good, buddy?
I figured it was something like that.
Okay, how about we back up and shut the door?
Entertain me for a moment.
Okay, fine.
You hear him open a door.
Fucking. This is why I shouldn't be in charge of people.
How much time has passed since they didn't follow us?
At this point, maybe only about 2 minutes.
I would slowly start backtracking. Be like,
Yeah.
guys, where'd you go? Kunbrin?
We're down here. you hear kind of echoing through.
And then I start speeding up.
You curve the corner just in time to see him close this door.
What was it? Oh, I see the dwarven face now, but what was... Oh, hi, we're all back. Grinham wants to do a thing.
There's a child's room down there, and it splits into a wall that leads through the back.
Child's room?
From what I can see, yeah.
Then we adventure.
Only if you want. This is a self-indulgence. We don't have to.
Oh!
My
Motherfucker.
prince,
Wow.
lead the way.
Aside from the TNT, you never do anything you want on your own.
Justin,
Yes?
my screen is broken. Oh, thank you.
This means you open the door into you.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
You, Elfane, for the first time are seeing these statues.
These are creepy looking. Do I recognize what they might be? Like, if they're from a specific religion?
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Religion? And I have a -2.
First, you tell us you went to adventuring school. Now you're telling us you went to religion school, too.
She's a cleric.
So you see, you look at these, and you're able to see the small, like, aspects of them. You're not 100% sure of, like, the name or super major significance of this, but it looks like each of these statues look like they're made in the image of what you think might be the Allhammer's wife, as far as your memory tells you.
Oh. Okay.
And the Allhammer, you know, is a dwarven god.
Okay.
This here's the child's room. And he points to the hole in the wall. It ain't big, but it goes beyond.
Oh.
I mean, do you have, a pick on you?
I don't.
And how long do you think it would take me to, say, make the hole bigger? So that we can all squeeze through.
We can all squeeze through. Now that's a task.
Especially that one in his heavy armor. And I'm going to point to Mitch.
You're just as bulky.
I might have a solution.
Yeah,
you
but I
got?
can be squishier.
Pardon me, Kunbrin. Little methods. My friends, I have a request for you. I take out more rations. Actually, I take out the rest of my rations, and I hold them up, and I say, "Follow me."
Shake him like a fucking...
Excuse me, Kunbrin.
What?
He's being followed by 3 methods.
Oh, hello.
And here, buddies.
Oh, there's not a lot of room.
And I point to the wall that they're over at, and then I do the digging motion with my hands, and then I shake the bag, and then point again.
They all sweep past you, and at the time they like take the bag from your hands and begin to kind of like claw and scrape. And a lot of it you notice is like ice covered rock. So a lot of what they do is almost like absorb the ice into them and allow the rocks to fall while they start scraping at other ones. Which, for the purposes of this, I'll say takes them about 10 minutes to make a gap that is big enough for you guys to fit through, with varying levels of difficulty for each of you, but no checks needed. But you are out of all of your rations, Mitch.
Yeah, that's fun. I can piggyback it off someone else's rations.
So, who would be going in first, just so I know who to move into the room?
I'll go first.
Okay?
Let me
You go first.
Not me raising my hand like you all can fucking see me. God.
So you go first, followed by Drake.
I can't go forward. There we go.
But slowly but surely, you all begin to find yourself inside of this room
Kunbrin being
Which
even smaller than Grintelme had easiest enough time to get him through.
this
oh no,
room
I'm
looks
stuck in a
like
wall.
a
Sorry.
vault. You see the thick iron door that has maybe about 6 layers of locks in it. It is a thick dwarven vault.
It's a Kunbrin's wet dream. Are
Uh,
the Mephits there?
The Mephits are in this back room devouring all of the food.
I'm going
just-
to hand Mitch 9 rations, which is the last of my rations.
Thanks. I'm gonna go, thank you, friends.
They're just eating.
Yep.
All right, but looking around, where you guys recognize this is a vault. You guys recognize that there's probably valuable materials in here.
Well, young
it's
prince.
Bard, you said?
Hmm?
But it's like Bard, you said?
There is a thick iron door with about 6 levels of locks. That looks like it's what leads out of this space. You look to Grindhelm, and you're able to see that like there is a weight on him. Like you guys realize this is a vault. There's probably good shit here. It's as if he stepped into
Vietnam.
holy ground. So he's
Oh.
looking around almost like he's afraid to touch things.
Young prince, make a move.
Right. He begins to look around, and he begins to open up things. Look at all what's in there, and he's going to make an investigation check.
Can I give him advantage?
Can I guidance
Sure.
him?
Sure. So there's that, and then just roll another d20. So, okay. So the first one is better, which is a 16. Okay. He looks around. It takes him only a couple of minutes, but he does find what appears to be like valuable looking, like dwarven heirlooms and like jewelry, beard rings, finger rings, necklaces, just raw gems. And then he reaches behind and under one of the like baseboard stones and ticks something. And Mitch, you actually have to step aside as the floor under you opens in about a 2 foot by 2 foot square. And inside is a like a red silk wrapped something.
I'm going to pick it up slowly.
You go ahead and you pick it up, and almost immediately you can tell all the dots centered. But you can tell that it is a like folded up object of some sort. Like it's wrapped in the cloth, but even that is like a sturdy, thick wrapped item inside of this. Let me get the item. Do you unwrap it?
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and you unwrap it, and it looks like it is a belt of some kind. It is a thick, like, not like a belt for your pants belt. Like, this is almost like a WWE wrestler belt.
Yeah. Champion's belt.
Yeah.
I look at it, and then I look to Elfane, and I go, do you have that spell you could use to identify?
I do. If you just give me 11 minutes, that way I don't have to expend any of my magic.
Sure, take 11 minutes.
Alright.
Very specific.
Yes. I shall identify ritually.
And I shall
Okay.
hold it for 11 minutes. Just kind of looking around like I'm in a doctor's office.
Okay. So,
Well, that's going on. Can I look
Yeah.
around to see if Grintel missed anything?
give me an investigation check.
Let me go ahead and
Okay.
copy
While you're rolling that, we're going to have one of you, who's not Drake because he's currently rolling, one of you needs to roll me.
I see shit.
Needs to roll me a d8.
Kunbrin!
This is a pretty big roll, I will say. Someone needs to roll me a d8. Okay.
Augers.
This after the 11 minutes used to identify it, this is a belt of dwarven kind.
All right.
So it does require attunement, but while wearing it, you know Dwarvish.
Okay.
Advantage on persuasion checks made to interact with dwarves and Duergar.
All right.
Your constitution increases by 2 to a maximum of 20.
All right.
In addition, while attuned to the belt, you have a 50% chance each day at dawn of growing a full beard if you can grow one, or a thicker beard if you already have one. If you
Okay.
aren't a dwarf or a Duergar, you also gain the following benefits. You get dark vision out to 60 feet,
Okay.
and you gain resistance to poison and advantage on saves against poison.
Okay. I repeated all of this to the group.
I look to Grintel.
I as well look to Grintel as I'm like arm deep in whatever rubble is sitting near the wall we entered through.
Chances are that was a gift that was meant to be given to a friend of their choice. Typically, we as dwarves don't actually use the belts themselves. We gift them as statuses, almost, to members of other races, to denote them as a friend of dwarves.
Well, my prince, who do you wish to gift it to then?
He looks at it and begins to look at each of you. Would you mind if I had some time to think on it?
And I hand him the belt.
I have no problem with that.
He takes
My
it.
recommendation is Hercules.
My recommendation is either Hercules or Elfin.
I don't think Elfane would look good with a beard.
You can shave.
Well, it says if you have the ability to grow beards. I don't. Do I have the ability to grow a beard?
By
I don't think I'd-
technicality, yes.
I don't think I'd grow a beard.
I don't know. Feel your cheeks right now. Are they smooth or are they little hairs?
They're a little peach fuzzy.
You can grow a beard.
Elfin's like, curse my human heritage.
Kunbrin, on the other hand, he wouldn't be able to grow hair to save his life. The only hair that he's got is on his crotch and on his head.
What?
Well, you haven't seen his crotch.
It's a joke.
And you're not growing. What is Gizmo howling at? You're
He's
Okay.
howling at me.
But having this and the other things I got, I think that's enough on this end, at least for now.
Would
There's
you?
that door.
I don't know where this door leads.
None of
Neither
us
do
do.
we.
Only one way to find out.
And we're on the side that's supposed to be protected. So if there are any traps in place, we are safe.
Why are you being so indecisive? Like you're hesitating.
Listen,
Not you.
Grintel,
Helm,
you can trust
is this
us. And
where you're
very much-
from originally?
As you say that, Elfane,
Yeah.
you're able to kind of see like his throat catches for a moment.
Hmm.
Is that only Elfin can see, or
What's everyone's passive insights?
I do not believe
There.
mine is high enough. Insight,
Mine
insight,
is-
insight.
You have a
Okay.
14 passive. You're fine. You do see
My
it.
my passive's a 22.
I forgot that I was proficient
Yeah.
in insight.
All of you have enough of a
16.
passive to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that your bedroom that we came through?
It's been about 60 years. But
I had a feeling.
I don't want to talk about it right now. Can we talk about it later after we get out of here?
Can I just ask one final question?
What is it?
How'd she get a hold of your home?
Dreg
It
is
was-
going to put a reassuring hand on his shoulder.
It was years ago, obviously. Years and years and years. And giants and dwarves have never really liked each other, in general. If there's a giant in there, there's a chance that I know who it is. Roughly. I wouldn't know him personally. I was only a wee lad at the time. But we were recovering from having gone out on a fight. We were protecting one of our few allies. They were dwindling by the number. It was the whole prince, the principality, the Mantia Commonwealth, all of that. They were trying to take over some territory that we didn't want them to have, or rather our allies didn't want them to have. We took some pretty heavy hits. We came back. About a third of the crew we were. I say we. I was about 20 at the time. I wasn't able to go out. But they came back, and not even a day of rest later, the giants came in. They tore house. They ripped it all up. And we fled. Luckily, we had other dwarven allies, but it took us a while to get there. That's when my father married into my mother's family. That's
You're
where
a
I
stepchild.
spent. I am indeed a stepchild, that's right. My mother was one of the people that died while they were out. She was the captain, actually. She was head of the military.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So how'd you end up in the sewers? Or below the sewers?
well, we spent about 10 years underground after some time before we found that city. And then shortly after, you guys showed up. Shortly after, being maybe 2 or 3 months. But yeah. We didn't even know that there was a city above until, like, the second month in. And we didn't want to touch it. We would have been invaders. They would have come down. They would have slaughtered us easy. If they wanted to.
Fair enough. I have a different question for you.
Alright.
And I'm going to grab both of his shoulders and get to eye level with him. Do you want to go kick that giant's ass? If you do, I am by your side.
I don't know if it would bring me the satisfaction I think it will. I
Even
love
then-
tearing shit up. But I don't know what that thing is. If it's got multiple heads, I've only got half an idea, but
Even then, it'll get it out of your home.
I don't think this is my home anymore.
Consider it one last service for a place you used to live.
I think the biggest service, honestly, would be killing that cunt bitch that runs the place.
I'm entirely down for that.
We'll see. We'll see. Alright, let's get out of here. Enough of the sob story. He kinda grabs you by the beard and like headbutts you. And it like stings. It's not hard, but it stings.
Yes. I'll let you have that.
And then he tries to funnel out, but it's a very confined space. And he makes his way back through the hole.
I will file in behind him.
Alright.
I cannot get through the hole myself, apparently.
You're fine. No one's able to get through the hole themselves, because it's technically a wall.
I'm
Fair.
going to wait a moment after they all funnel out. I know that there's more open space that I can see. I'm going to do my own personal investigation.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. You find nothing else that hasn't already been found. You see small little, like, dwarven knickknacks.
Yeah, I'm looking for stuff like text. I'm looking for, like, anything document-wise.
I will say that you do find kind of like... It looks like the beginnings of a personal journal. That just seems to be some dwarf's day-to-day activities. It looks like only the first maybe 10 or so pages are actually filled out. The rest are just blank.
Can I try and ascertain anything about the door and the locking devices? Or
I'm
even
sorry,
just try and... Can I, like, figure out what's going on with the locking devices, what's on the other side of the door, or anything like that?
Sure. You can give me another... You can give me an investigation check to figure out the lock mechanism.
Fuck.
You understand the locks. Like, you understand, like, this lock does this thing, this lock does this thing. And you, like, instinctively start fiddling with them, and then you realize, oh, it's a bit more complicated. It's like a bunch of interlaced locks where you have to, like, half turn this to turn that to finish turning that. But it's
Puzzle box
like,
for a door.
It is a puzzle box of a door.
Fucking dwarves. Can I hear anything from the other side of the door?
You can give me a perception check, but with it being a thick iron door, you're not sure the reliability on being able to hear on the other side. But yeah. You hear nothing on the other side. You're not sure if it's because you can't hear to the other side or there is nothing on the other side, but you hear nothing.
I shall collect the journal.
Okay.
And find my way out. Let me through!
Let me in!
You get to go through.
Let me in!
Bye, guys.
Okay. Then you guys make your way back up.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to stop at the door, right here. And I'm
Okay.
going to look at Grindelm, and I'm going to say, you could at least take a peek.
He looks at the door. And...
Shut up, Pooch.
He looks at the door.
Oh, jeez.
He opens it up. And he does take a step inside. and he goes to the bottom of the stairs. And there you see, in the full glory,
Oh my.
is this massive, massive giant, which with all of these heads wrapped in leathers and hides, flowing white hair that is all a mess amongst all of the different heads that all have different levels of helmets to them.
Are they the one, Grindhelm? We can kick their ass.
Looks like it. And at this point, you see, or you hear this giant, and that's 3, before pushing herself up off of the throne that she is on. And to what do I owe the pleasure? What is it you want? Get the fuck out of me house! All the heads begin to start speaking up. And there's just this moment of tensity.
I look to
into it.
Grindhelm waiting for what he's going to do.
Grindhelm, staring at this, points with one of his fingers, just points at her. You're gonna get what's coming to you. And don't worry about it. It'll happen soon. And she reaches down into her throne and pulls out this massive fucking great axe. Like, we're talking like a sweep might be able to cleave half the room. Is that a challenge, little one? Let's come back. Hey, the little shit. And all these taunts start coming out. Grindhelm turns to you guys. Don't know if we're gonna make it out. This is tough. Going for it?
Without answering verbally, I will activate the Draconic Ancestry.
Okay. Did you recover that actually?
I haven't used it since the fight with my father and then intimidating the orc the next day.
You used it in Sevatharadna's chamber when she froze you.
It did not activate. You said it didn't activate. Because she froze me before I could, because I didn't get to my turn. She went first.
I believe you're right. Okay. Then you guys see Drake begins to form these scales across his skin. His breathing gets heavier. And go ahead and activate it.
The sheet is over here.
And what element do you choose?
I'll go with the tried and true fire for this. I don't remember where to click to activate it, because I have the claw and then the breath variants.
It's fine. I thought it was somewhere in there. It's fine either way. But as that happens, you're all joining the initiative?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to see if we can make this a quick one. I believe in you guys.
10 minutes, let's do this.
Damn it, we got this.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll.
Main page. Fucking.
Oops.
-2. Normal.